Lord. Lindsay, you mean to tell me that you had not one, but two nannies? You made $350,000. And you grew up in a small country-ass, barefoot, running on glass, cornbread fed, small-ass town with a graduating class of 30. And nobody was under your radar. $350,000, two nannies. Child, honey, in your small country-ass town, honey, them cops weren't shit. Honey, that's all I'm saying, child. Let's get it poppin'. Hi, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Sass here. Yes, Love After Lockup. Okay? They got a new little series, short series, child, called Love After Lockup Crime Story. How y'all doing? Now, see, this is to, make the time go by a little bit faster because Love After Lockup starts in March. So they done started this little series, Crime Story, okay? Because, love during lockup is gone, child. Thank God. So, Love After Lockup Crime Story is about the participants, past participants, who tell their story of how they got, locked up and their childhood and what led to their, crime. So, let's start off with Garrett. I said that what? I had totally forgot about Garrett. Ain't heard, ain't seen a hair of him. So that means something. That means Garrett been minding his business, child. I think Garrett was on season 1, wasn't he? He an OG. Like Garrett, I think he was season 1 or season 2. I want to say season 1. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. And honey, y'all know Garrett and his little girlfriend. I can't even remember her name, child. But honey, we knew they wasn't going to work out. Okay? So anyway, Garrett, okay, him and his mom and dad had broken up, and, he was still seeing both. His dad started making a little bit of money, and when he was little, he was, he said he was poor, but his dad bettered himself. So they moved to a nice home, I'm assuming a nicer neighborhood, and honey, child, Garrett was just a badass kid, okay? Garrett was bad. And so then he was introduced to, people who was out here street pharmaceuticals, stealing things. And so Garrett said, what about me? Okay, I want to be part of this. So he started running with the hoodlum crowd. And Garrett couldn't help himself. Okay, and then when Garrett was 15 years old, Garrett was like, you know what? Let me get a little bit of change, okay? And then the DRUGS start making its way into Garrett's life. I think he said that he started, smoking a little, ganja. I think he was selling a little bit. Then he started stealing cars. He started breaking into businesses, I think homes and all this bunch of mess. So what happened? Of course he was going to get caught. Him and his homeboy was out here, instead of being at home in bed, he out here sneaking out at night. Okay? And he done stole a car. So the cops, got behind him. It was a high-speed chase. His homeboy did not know how to drive, and plus they were probably high. I think he said they were high. So the high-speed chase, child. Of course they got caught, and honey, Garrett done got bit by the canine dog. It was a hot mess. 15 years old, but in his mind, he was high. In his mind, and all of the hooligans around him was saying, listen here, okay? You're underage. You're a teenager. You're going to get out, slap on the wrist, which is true. So, no problem. You do your little overnight. You'll be out the next day. And he was. Okay? And he was. And so, he thought, hey, I'm a juvenile. I ain't going to get much time. I'm good. All right? I'm good. He did not learn his lesson. Okay? What's the saying, y'all? A hard head makes a soft ass. And so here Garrett is. He's still getting high. He's still stealing. He's still breaking into homes and buildings and pawning stuff. Honey, he was a hot mess. And so his addiction had gotten so out of control that he tells a story which is very sad. You could tell it really affected him because he said he didn't have no money. He didn't have no DRUGSs. He needed it. So what did he do? He done went and stole from his daddy. Stole, child. He said, listen, my dad had 2 laptops. And he thought, hey, he don't need 2. So I'm going to go ahead and take 1. So he stole his dad's laptop. And honey, let me tell you something. I know this girl who was a former crackhead, okay? She ain't no more now. She doing real good for herself. But honey, she will steal your drawers if you let her, okay? But she told me this one time. She said, one thing I never, ever did. She said, now I stole from everybody. I stole anything. I stole from everybody, businesses, everything. But one thing she said she did not do was she never stole from her family. She never stole from her family. Mama, daddy, grandma, cousin, sister. She never, ever stole from her family. And I said, well, why not? You stole from everybody else, if you in need, I was thinking, you'll just do anything for that fix, for that high. And she said, because she said that will be something she knew that it would hurt them more than her being a junkie. She said they already knew that she was a junkie, but she knew if she stole from her parents, her family, they will look even more disappointed in her because you never steal from your family. You just don't do it. I'll never forget she said that. So you can just tell that, Garrett was just so hurt by that. He was in tears by that because I think that it really hurt him. He knew better, but his addiction was more powerful than his own, I guess, moral compass or his own feelings at the time. The love of his dad or the respect of his dad, not disappointing his dad. That went out the window because what he wanted to get high. So stole the laptop. And then time went on and his dad found out and, he went and he got his high. He had to come back home, child. His brother usually let him in the window. The brother said, listen, I don't want no parts of this. Daddy's up in there. You might as well face it. So his dad was upset with him. I'm sure his dad was so hurt. It hurt his feelings. Why is my son stealing from me? He stole from me. From me. Of course, I'm sure his dad already knew that his son was up to some shenanigans. But I don't think parents, would believe that their own child would steal from them. So, but anyway, honey, time went on. And guess what? Hey, look, you can't run from this forever. Okay? All right? Because Garrett done stole so many cars. He done broke into garages, all this. And so he gets arrested, probation. He breaks the probation. Probation violation, probation violation, probation violation, dirty urine. I mean, it's just a cycle. When you get on paper, okay, paper means like arrest in these neck of the woods. We call it paper. When you get on paper, oh man, it's just like a never-ending cycle to get off of probation. It's like when you get off of probation, it is an accomplishment. That's how I feel, okay? Not that I know, but I heard from several people. Okay? I ain't never been on no paper. Don't want to be on no paper. But see, when you out there, you hear things. So, Garrett, it caught up with him. Okay? He out here stealing and dirty urine. And they said, we tired of seeing your face, Garrett. And so, Garrett ended up in prison. And that's how we were introduced to him, Love After Lockup. I think he did 8 years. Yeah, he did 8 years. And listen, Garrett's doing good for himself now. He looks good. He got him a new girlfriend. Him and his black scent. I was like, Garrett, now what you doing with that girl from the your first episode, the first season of Love After Lockup? I was thinking about myself, Garrett got like him a little brown sugar child. You don't fool me. And he got one. Cute little girl. So he seems like he is doing really well for himself. I haven't heard anything about Garrett here lately. Have y'all? He's sober. Okay? He done stayed out of trouble. I do believe. So, good job, Garrett. Good for you. Continue to do well. Okay? Child, let's move on. Lindsay. Now, we all know Lindsay Downs, child. Lindsay is from a small town in Mississippi. She said that she was in the graduating class of 30. She also said that she was heavy in sports. Who was on the team? What? Who was on the team? You graduating class of 30, you out here playing basketball, volleyball, whatever. Who was on the team? Like, seriously. Y'all had to pull people down from the 7th grade, didn't you? 12-year-olds playing against 17-year-olds, Jack. But anyway, she said that she was a good student. She made straight A's. And then she met her little, boyfriend. Okay, she started smelling herself. Her nose got wide. She was a little loose goose. She couldn't keep them legs shut. She couldn't smell. She couldn't spell condom. Okay? And honey, she ended up pregnant at 16. Of course, Miley's baby's father was nowhere to be found, child, because I'm sure he was 16 himself. He wasn't thinking about being a dad. So anyway, here's Lindsay. And Lindsay says that she was working 3 jobs and going to school.
What?
Now, Lindsay,
right?
what type of life was that?
Right?
3 jobs? You were working 3 jobs and going to school and being a mother. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. Lindsay out here being Reba McEntire. So Lindsay said that she was doing all that, and then she got introduced to, the DRUGSs. Okay, she done got introduced to, I think a little bit of weed. And then she got introduced to the cocaine. Alright? And that is what done it. She said that it was just somebody who says, hey, you ain't being able to sleep. You can't keep up with your schedule. Just get high. Who does that? I just never understood people be like, here, hey, you want some cocaine? Like, what? I'll be like, you don't get up out my face. Because, honey, let me tell you something. I was with 2 friends of mine. And that's how I got introduced to crack. Okay? Alright? And, honey, that was it. Our friendship was never the same after that. I had no idea they were getting high. I had no idea, really what crack was, And, honey, they would punch holes in a soda can. A soda can, y'all, real country. In a soda can, punch holes. They will put the crack on top of it, okay, and smoke it. And I was like, oh, no. Absolutely not. And I was like, no. That was it for me. We were never tight like that again. And that was the downfall of their life. Okay. The downfall of their life. So, I just never understood someone that, hey, you want some cocaine or crack? It's like, what? That's crazy. But anyway, so of course, she got hooked, and her life started, you know, trajectory of her life completely changed. And then she watched Breaking Bad, and she thought that she could do this. She thought she was the female version of Walter White. Honey girl. So here we are. Now, the Love After Lockup producers done brought in one of Lindsay's associates. Let me see if I wrote this girl's name down, child. Hold on. Stephanie. Stephanie said, and I quote, child, let me put my glasses on, child. Let me put my glasses on, because I don't want to miss this quote, child. What did Stephanie girl say that looked like she run on glass barefoot? She looked like that she is a frequent person at the Dollar General. Stephanie, you've been arrested a couple of times. You got some stories to tell too. Now, Stephanie said, and I quote, Lindsay was the biggest drug queen in town. Stephanie, I'm going to need for you to go somewhere and sit down. First of all, Lindsay done told us that it was a graduating class of 30, and it was a small country-ass town. What's the population, 5,000? I mean, being a drug queen in a population of 5,000, ain't she? So then here is Lindsay in some raggedy, tore down, dilapidated trailer, U-Haul, shed, whatever that was, child. Honey, that trailer was on, it needed to be burnt down, okay? So Lindsay tells the story, okay, that she was out there in these, you know, Mississippi country backwoods streets, side ditch Mississippi streets, being somebody's kingpin, queenpin, okay? She was the Tony Montana of Mississippi. Tell you something, Lindsay didn't have nothing on, honey, let me tell you something, all right? Nino Brown didn't have nothing on Lindsay. If y'all don't know who Nino Brown is, put it in the comments who Nino Brown is. Okay? I give y'all a hint. In that movie, Chris Rock played the crackhead. Ah! So, Lindsay out here slinging, dealing, you know, making that money. Lindsay said that she had 2 nannies for Molly because she wanted somebody sober in her life. She also said that she made about $350,000. Is that right, Lindsay? You made $350,000? And you didn't save any. See, this is my thing about street pharmacists. Street pharmacists. When someone says that they make this much amount of money, they never have anything to show for it. Never. Ever. Don't have nothing to show for it. Absolutely nothing. I don't understand it. Put it away. Put it away. Find a homeboy, a homegirl, or find someone you trust, which is probably hard because, you know, you are out here slinging. But, honey, I would do something. You got to be smart when you be dealing with stuff like this. Then you have, what? But see, this is the kicker, all right? Lindsay was out here, like I said, trying to be, you know, the female Walter White from Breaking Bad. Didn't know what she was doing, so she was trying to make math. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about, math. M-E-T, math. And honey, she done got her some elementary school kit from Amazon. And she up in that dilapidated trailer, U-Haul, wherever she was at, RV. Okay? Making the math. She was also using, so you mean to tell me, Lindsay, you was using and slinging at the same time and you had a profit of $350,000? Plus, she was out here bonding out people, cash for people who get arrested who was slinging for her. All this in Side Ditch, Mississippi, population 1,000. So anyway, so of course eventually she was get caught. But before she got caught, child, she done burnt the RV up because the math that she was making, she didn't know what she was doing, okay? It's very toxic, it's very dangerous, it's very serious when you deal with those type of chemicals. And like she said, it could have killed her. It could have deformed her. I mean, a lot could have happened. And she out here with that elementary school project kit for $9.99 at Amazon. Lindsay, what is wrong with you? So what happened? The whole RV U-Haul dilapidated trailer done blew up. Blew up. So anyway, time went on. She's still slinging, okay? And then, of course, it caught up with her, all right? Caught up with her. She was going down the road. She was going to make a drop to one of her clients, and then a cop got behind her, and it was a chase, child. It's always a chase. It was a chase, and she had some items inside the vehicle, and while she is driving and driving recklessly, high rate of speeds, she's tossing things out of this moving vehicle while driving. She even tossed out a safe. So she wrecked. She done cut her chin open, child. It was just a mess. And we know that Lindsay got arrested. And, you know, she did some time. And that's when, I believe it was like a couple of times she got arrested, child. But, child, anyway, that's when we were introduced to Lindsay when she got out. She said that she was a hot mess in prison. She done got in fights. She bucked the system. She was in a hole for 1.5 years, child. Whatever, girl, whatever. So, anyway, nothing to show for her street pharmaceutical dealings. Nothing at all, okay? And, you know, her step-grandmother, of course, as we know, raised Miley, okay, while Lindsay was out here running amok, and apparently her 2 nannies. So anyway, Lindsay, you know, she got out. She was with Stiff Upper Lip Scott. We know how that worked out. She relapsed 6 weeks later. She got federal charges. She did 18 months. And then since then, she has been doing well for herself. Lindsay got a college degree, okay? Lindsay got full custody of Miley. We know Lindsay from the show because she was with Scott, Deontay, and Blaine. Okay? So, I don't know if she's dating anyone now. I have no idea. But Lindsay says that she's still doing well. Okay? She's on probation for the federal charges. But then she got state charges. She's still in court from 2020 state charges, child. Okay? I think drug possession, and I think, felony possession of a GUN. So, she's still fighting that case. And she says that she could get up to 40 years. And Lindsay's still looking at time over her head. Still. But anyway, that was it, y'all. Love After Lockup crime story. It was pretty good. We got more participants coming. We got Michael. We got Cameron. We got, I think, is her, Dumpster Fire Destiny. We got, Louie. Lisa, I think is her name. The one that was with that disgusting old man with the toupee. Lisa with the bad wigs. And who else? Oh, we got Brittany. So, it was pretty good. All right, it comes on Fridays at 8 or 9 o'clock on Week TV. Y'all should check it out. If y'all don't want to check it out, just check me out, okay? Okay? Just check out my recap, child. It's going to be short and sweet, all right? Hey, new subscribers. Hey. Welcome to the family, all right? Y'all know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, bye.